Greetings and salutations, comrades. Hope this finds you well. So I saw another YouTuber actually make a video about this, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So Hasan Piker was going after Nick of Fred Hampton Leftist. I believe Nick's Twitter handle is at Socialist MMA on Twitter, right? And Hasan had the audacity, and clearly I just think it's a case of projection, to call Nick a leftist grifter. Really? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. If anybody's the grifter there, it's Hasan, making $200K a month, buying that expensive ass house, relatively speaking, almost $3 million, right? That's a lot of money. Most people, most working class people couldn't afford that, all while claiming the badge of being a socialist. And Nick in his tweet was calling out people who are donating to Hasan as being just like disgusting. If you consider yourself on the left and you're donating to Hasan Piker at this point, like, what the fuck are you doing, right? So, and also I think in Nick's tweet he called Hasan class loyal, which I think is very, very on point, because if you look at Hasan's, rhetoric and commentary, he does seem to have class, solidarity with the, bourgeoisie, particularly with the political class as well, and doesn't really, want them to speak truth to power. He was against force the vote. He was against the Medicare for All marches for some of the people that were involved. He was talking about how Nick supposedly supported Tulsi Gabbard, when in fact he went and canvassed and supported Bernie. He said that Tulsi was his second choice. So just a lot of bullshit from Hasan Piker. So I don't consume any of Hasan's content at this point, because he's just frankly a hack and a waste of time, and I'll only really talk about him to call out how ridiculous he is, like for calling Nick at Socialist MMA a leftist grifter, when again I think that's a clear case of projection. If anybody of the two is a leftist grifter, it's definitely fucking Hasan Piker.
Situation with Hasan. A lot of people assume that Hasan can't be an ally because he got a lot of money, and that is not my claim.
No, he can't be an ally because look at what he fucking does with it. He's class loyal. He's class loyal to the political class. He fucking has AOC on, for God's sakes. You think if he actually took a principled stance and actually tried to speak truth to power, that AOC would come on his shoe? Of course fucking not.
That is not the claim of anyone who I think is serious.
Yes.
Because I love class traders. We got a lot of allies of Fred Hampton Leftists that are class traders. Susan Sarandon is probably one of the best examples of a legitimate class trader that I don't think many people on the left have any issues.
Or Roger Waters, right?
Yeah. Right? Now that's
Boots Riley.
That's my problem with Hasan. This is my problem with a lot of these bread tubers. A lot of these upper class bourgeoisie streamers like Vosh and Hasan. Now I'm gonna get to my tweet. This is why I mentioned, because this discourse been going on for about a day at this point. And I finally chimed in because it wouldn't stop. So I said, Hasan makes $200,000 per month. I don't care that he makes money, but he was a staunch critic of the Medicare for All marches, which you guys saw. Sadly, was a
fucking stand for the squad, and seems like AOC in particular. And again, if he wasn't, AOC wouldn't be coming on his fucking Twitch channel to play video games, right?
Part of. I gave a speech. We had 5 Fred Hampton Leftist members give speeches at the Medicare for All marches. Now hold that thought. I'm gonna bring that up here.
Hasan wasn't there, right? Fred Hampton members were. Jimmy Dore was. I didn't give a speech, but I was there too, at the Seattle one.
Later. He also was a staunch critic of forced to vote. And he is a loyal squad defender. Now, in the video that Savvy...
Again, like, you can't argue with any of those things that Nick's saying. Like, that is actual fact. Like, he's pointing out factual fucking evidence that Hasan is, class loyal to the political class, to the bourgeoisie, to the ruling elite.
So you're gonna deny that, but I also remember that this guy was on Rising with Crystal and Cal. I think it was Crystal and Cal, maybe just Cal, and he had he had an AOC T-shirt on. Yep. So he was like, I don't stay politicians. You don't stay politicians, but you play video games with her, and you have an ALC t-shirt on, and he was being easier on her in that interview where they was criticizing her.
Yeah, I bet, when AOC went on his Twitch stream to play the video game, whatever it was, he probably wasn't calling out her support for U.S. imperialism or how, back, was it during the, she said she would defer to party leadership, I believe, was that on Bolivia or Venezuela? Like, he's not going to call her out on that bullshit. Or, for example, her ridiculous stunt at the, Met Gala, or her present vote on Iron Dome funding, etc., etc., right? Of course not. Like, otherwise she wouldn't be coming on his channel, because he is a stand for her and is not going to try to hold her accountable in any substantive way. Nick's completely right.
You criticizing a politician one time because they do something, that does not mean that you are actually putting speaking truth to power to them, right? So what I said is, y'all seriously don't see the problem with a spoiled rich kid yelling at real activists because they're too mean to their favorite politicians? Because I don't know if you know, this is not the first time he went.
Politicians are not your friend. They are not heroes. They are not people that should be idolized. They need to be called out and held accountable on their bullshit as much as possible.
Have to be savvy. I criticized him for going after the Medical Farm March, and his response to me when I criticized him for that was, he like, "Oh, the dude, he's just a fucking Dore fan."
Jimmy Dore actually went to the march and gave a fucking speech while Hasan was fucking sitting at home fucking streaming like the faux leftist, the bourgeoisie left, the boutique left person that he
because
is.
He Jake's nephew. And he has to hate Jimmy Dore because he's part of that TYT apparatus. That's how he got started. He got started because of nepotism, because he Cenk Uygur's nephew.
Yep.
So he had Jimmy Dore derangement syndrome.
DRS.
And think about, and I talked about this before. Think about the people who are comfortable Jimmy enough Dore to have Jimmy Dore derangement syndrome. Do you think in the middle of a pandemic, where the police state is expanding, the number one issue that disenfranchised communities and poor people face right now is Jimmy Dore on the podcast? No, it's these people. That's their main concern. And this is my problem with him, because he went to the Medical Pro March, he went to the first vote. So what I'm saying is, I'm not jealous of his money, because I think all of us should live in prosperity. We in the wealthiest country in the world. I think we all should be millionaires. We properly allocated the wealth.
Yes.
But this is the basic class analysis that so many U.S. leftists suck at making, and that's why we had to start Frank and Leftist. He's a spoiled rich kid who yell at activists for demanding more from politicians. That's a tale as old time. And now here's another thing. Let me know if I'm going too long here, Scotty, but so-called leftists who donate to a dude who makes $200,000 a month instead of mutual aid.
But again, I think a lot of people that consume Hasan's content probably aren't leftists. Otherwise, again, like, what the fuck are they doing if they had any type of criticism, self-criticism, like, this is kind of problematic if I consider myself on the left, or a socialist or a communist in particular. Probably shouldn't be doing that.
You're disgusting. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
Straight up. Because once again, they're Hasan fans, and you guys gonna notice that he made the same argument in the stream that Sabi gonna show you. They were trying to deflect. They were trying to say, well, that $200,000 he makes per month, that's from Twitch. But you guys still donate to him.
Yep.
So that's irrelevant. And if you're someone who considers himself a leftist, which a lot of the Hasan fans are not, a lot of these people are teenagers, they watch him play video games, which is fair. That's fair. But you can't attack activists and assume other people are deeply unserious when you guys are watching some guy who just fucking play video games and defend politicians all the time. We got real mutual aid programs are running that. We have 2 that runs on Friday and Leftist. But you guys donate to this rich motherfucker who live in Hollywood instead of actually working class people. What does that say about Hasan fans? And what does that say about Hasan, that he's not telling his fans to donate to mutual aid and charity instead of him, even though he's already wealthy?
Good point.
So I'm passing you, Simon, to get the last tweet, because once again, there are a lot of Hasan simps who they were trying to muddy the waters on this discussion, and it was everywhere. Where people were like, "Oh, you saying the socialists can't make money? Or are you guys saying Hasan?"
Not what they're saying. It's what you do with that money. What type of message and critique are you putting out there? And the message that Hasan is putting out there is that He's a class loyalist. He's loyal to the political class, particularly the squad, particularly to AOC, and that's very problematic when you label yourself as being on the left, as being a socialist in particular, right?
Sucks because he made money. No, that was never the criticism. And that's the point of this tweet right here.
What
they
he
are
does
deeply
with
upset
it
and they purposely
his outlook, right?
Trying to muddy the waters of legitimate criticism. The criticism is he is class loyal and stands with politicians. And I remember a Hasan fan in one of these responses was like, "Oh, you went on the Jimmy Dore show. You like Jimmy Dore?" Jimmy Dore gave a speech at the Medicare for All.
He was in support of Force the Vote as well.
O'Reilly.
Yep.
He promoted Force the Vote. So he joined the proletariat to demand us put pressure on the politicians while Hasan was attacking the activists in order to protect the politicians. So the fact that people can't even acknowledge that shows that you guys suck at class analysis. I got so much more to add, but I'll pass it back to you, Sam. But that's my tweet in a nutshell, my mindset when I was making it.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna share my screen because, and then the things that he says about Nick in this video aren't even true. I'm like, do you know Nick personally? No. So let me go ahead and make this full screen. I'm gonna mute my mic so I don't have an echo.
The vote Andes are out here again. So I'm not jealous of his money. This is a basic class analysis. So many U.S. leftists apparently suck at making. He's a rich, spoiled kid who yells at activists for demanding more from politicians while he's comfortable. A tale as old as time. So-called leftists who donate to a dude making $200K a month instead of mutual aid are disgusting. Sorry, the people who are like, so socialists can't make money are so deeply unserious and purposely muddying the waters of legit criticism. The criticism that he is class loyal and stands with politicians instead of the working class. Yeah, dude, I love fucking standing with politicians.
You have fucking AOC on your stream. Nick pointed out how you wore a fucking AOC shirt when you went on the fucking Rising show. I mean, what in the fuck, dude? Come on. Again, Hasan seems completely incapable of taking any type of criticism, any type of constructive criticism, as well as being able to engage in self-criticism. Like, he just gets super defensive, and when you do that, it's like, well, there's actually probably some truth to this, and Hasan actually knows it, but he's being super defensive, and again, projecting onto Nick because Hasan is the leftist grifter here, not Nick.
Dude,
not FHL.
That's always what I'm doing. That's always what I'm doing, man. It's just always. This is a perfect example of a fucking leftist grifter who literally, unironically, tries to fucking gain clout as much as they can by being like, I'm further left than you. And just making shit up. Where's the fucking class?
That's not what I'm saying. You want to pause it, Savvy? You want to pause it?
They should like the.
Or you want me to wait till the whole thing through? Because there's so many things to say here. I went to the whole video though. If you want me to do it that way, I'll wait.
Politician class. And the thing is, like, I hope that there are people in here.
God, I hope that there are people in his chat that actually see him as being the real leftist grifter. And if you've consumed any of Nick's or FHL's content, as opposed to Hasan's, you'd be able to see that distinction very easily. Or at least you should be able to, unless you have, I don't know, Hasan derangement syndrome or something, right? I don't know.
That came in here. Didn't you literally tweet support for bullying politicians like yesterday? Yeah, this is a Tulsi fan, dude. Of course. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. If he was being honest, he would say, well, no, actually, that's complete bullshit what I just said. I'm the real leftist grifter here. I do stand politicians. I do have fucking AOC on my stream. I was against Force the Vote. I was against the Medicare for All marches. I do wear a fucking AOC t-shirt. I mean, God, he's such a fucking hack, dude. How do people... Yeah, why the fuck would anybody who's serious donate to this piece of junk?
Here's the thing. People aren't actually worried about their own personal information. Instead, they're mad at the creators that have been stripped of their privacy, revenue numbers, and other stuff to a great extent.
I'm still waiting for it.
I don't... Hasan becoming a centrist in real time? Yeah, totally, dude. I'm such a centrist now.
Percent are allowed to work
Yeah,
a
dude.
million hours a week. But
America deserved 9/11. Andy is a fucking centrist, as opposed to the Tulsi Gabbard fan, dude. Yeah, I'm the fucking centrist in this one, dude. That's right. You guys really fucking. Yeah, when people come in here and they say shit like that, it's so funny because it's like, dog. If I was a centrist, I'd make so much money, so much.
Dude, you make fucking $200,000 a month. Like, what are you talking? That is a lot of fucking money. Most people in the working class, it takes them 4 or 5 years to get that type of wealth. What you make in one fucking, like, what in the fuck are you talking about? You're very well off. Shut the fuck up.
More money. Okay?
You do.
Holy fucking shit! I can have a cushy ass CNN job.
You got a cushy ass fucking job now. Goddamn, you sit in your fucking basement or whatever room in this house and you talk shit on your stream. You play video games and you make 200+K a month. That's just from fucking Twitch, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Hey man,
AOC play video games with you.
If I became a conservative even more than that,
and other streamers stay safe, especially with
You know, he didn't address my point, right?
it doesn't matter how much money.
Yeah, he completely deflected. All right. So, again, as you can see, Hasan Piker, Hasan Anabi, is that what his Twitch thing is? He is the leftist grifter, not Nick of FHL. Again, it's a clear case of projection. He was trying to deflect from the legitimate criticism that Nick of FHL was, leveling at him, and he couldn't take that seriously. Again, Hasan seems completely incapable of, being able to engage in criticism and self-criticism of himself and being able to actually take that to heart, because he's not really a serious, actor, and the people who support him aren't really, serious when you're donating money to that leftist grifter that is Hasan Piker. Quick shout out to the 2 Uber comrades supporting me in this channel on Patreon, my partner, thank you, and Independent Left News. Definitely check out Independent Left News. Like the damn video, subscribe for more content, all part of